9 players who rejected the Chinese Super League. Arjen Robben. It's well accepted that the players who move to China are effectively writing off their careers for the paycheck, and Arjen Robben feels no differently. The Dutchman, in his 8th season at Bayern Munich, claimed to have received offers from China, but maintains that money has never been his motivation. You'd be hard pressed to convince Man United otherwise after snubbing them for Chelsea 13 years ago. Yaya Toure. For a man who nearly stormed out of Man City for refusing to give him a birthday cake, you'd have probably bet your house on Yaya Toure ending up at China at some stage. However, despite his agent viewing Pep Guardiola as the devil incarnate, Toure remains at City and only last summer turned down a £400,000 a week offer from China. His reward for such loyalty was to be frozen out until November. It's a confusing relationship. Dimitri Payet may want out of West Ham, but maybe not so much that he'd accept earnings of $500,000 a week to play with a bunch of part-timers. Longing for a return to Marseille, the Frenchman has rejected advances from Hebei, China Fortune, and 2 other Chinese super clubs in the hope that he can force a move back to France. Robert Snodgrass. If you thought the Chinese Super League were on a mission to steal all of Europe's top talent, you thought wrong. Because they're also after Robert Snodgrass. With Hull seemingly destined for the drop, the former Leeds winger wants out and has reportedly rejected a £4 million a year move to China. Considering he just spent 14 months out injured, you can't really blame him for wanting to test himself against players who actually know what they're doing with the football. Odion Ighalo. Imagine turning down $37.5 million for a striker who'll go on to score just 1 goal the following season. It's like using the winning lottery ticket as a beer mat. This was the reality, however, for Watford, after Odion Ighalo decided he just didn't feel like heading off to China and Hebei Fortune. After being offered £300,000 a week, Ighalo said that God told him that it wasn't for him. £300,000 a week for Ighalo. Let that sink in. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was quite possibly the most lucrative free agent in the history of the game last summer. There was never going to be any shortage of takers. So when Chinese football waved £86.6 million a year under his exceedingly large nose, you got the feeling that they were punching a bit above their weight. Unsurprisingly, Zlatan chose to have a crack at the Premier League with Jose Mourinho instead. Robert Lewandowski could have been the best paid player in the world, courtesy of the ever so generous Chinese. His agent recently revealed that the Polish hitman was offered in excess of £600,000 a week. However, the agent claimed that the Bayern Munich striker is not for sale right now. But come on, Robert, with that paycheck you wouldn't have to shop at Primark anymore. Wayne Rooney. Beijing Guan offered Wayne Rooney £300,000 a week, with chairman Luang Ning claiming to have met with the Man United captain's agent Paul Stretford last summer. You'd wonder why Rooney decided to knock it back. Probably because he's on a similar wage at Old Trafford, in a better league, where the England manager doesn't have to get on a 17-hour return flight to watch him play. Oh, and also probably the fact that he scored his first Premier League goal 8 years before Beijing Guan were ever formed. Nikola Kalinic may have flopped at Blackburn back in the day, but he's been banging them in for Fiorentina. So much so that he's been offered €12 million a year by Tianjin Huangyang this month, while Axel Witsel may have sold his soul to the bank by going to that club. Good luck pronouncing your teammates' names, by the way. Kalinic has chosen to stay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.